Hello, everyone, and welcome to the GE course, Understanding the Self. Before we finally discuss this lesson, first, the learners should be able to define physical self, explain the importance of the physical self, demonstrate critical reflective thought in integrating the various aspects of the physical self. What is a physical self? Physical self refers to the body, this marvelous container and complex, finely tuned machine with which we interface with our environment and fellow beings. The physical self is the concrete dimension, the tangible aspect of the person that can be directly observed and examined. However, directly or indirectly, the discussion on physical self has found a place in various schools of psychology, like psychoanalysis, behaviorism, humanism, and others, with some of its most ardent exponents and followers dealing with the issue in varying proportions. William James considered body as the initial source of sensation and necessary for the origin and maintenance of personality. In other words, it's the body which is really the source of the senses that we have. Now, in our body, we have the five senses. First, the sense of sight, or visual. Second, the sense of taste, or gustatory. Third, the sense of touch, or the somatosensory. Fourth, the sense of smell, or olfactory. Lastly, the sense of sound, or auditory. Now, all these senses, we are using them every day for us to have this experience when it comes to the physical world. However, James considered body subservient to the mind. In other words, our body is dependent to the mind. And a good example of this is mental concentration, which can be so tightly focused as not only to banish ordinary sensations, but even the severest pain. That is why there are people who have high tolerance in pain, while the rest, they have this low tolerance in pain. A simple example would be the soldiers in battle, or boxers in the ring, for they have to suffer severe wounds, but they do not notice them until the intensity of the fighting abates. So in other words, it's really the mind that tolerates the pain that we are feeling. It's the mind that controls what we are feeling. For James, the body is an expressive tool of indwelling consciousness, and good physical health is something that wells up from every part of the body of a muscularly well-trained human being and soaks the dwelling soul in him with satisfaction. It is an element of spiritual hygiene of supreme significance. In psychoanalytical school, Sigmund Freud's construction of self and personality makes the physical body the core of human experience. Freud was of the view that the ego is first and foremost a body ego. That is why we can identify ourselves or our physical characteristics from the others. However, in spite of Freud's recognition of the centrality of body, his own writings on therapy rarely discuss it. Among Western theorists, Wilhelm Reich seems to probably most concerned with body. Although in his later works, Freud placed less emphasis on libido, Reich took Freud's concept of libido as his central principle. For Reich, the freeing of the black bioenergy is the chief task of psychotherapy. Reich argued that mind and body are one. All psychological processes, he postulated, are a part of physical processes and vice versa. In other words, the mind and the body are considered as one. So for Rach, body is essential, dynamic in all psychological functioning, and it plays a critical role in storing and channeling the bioenergy, which is the basis of human existence and experience. So without the body, then we cannot be able to have this human existence and experience. In conclusion, the body is essential as it is a container of the mind and spirit. Without the body, there will be no experiences, sensations, psychological and physical processes. That is why the body is really the container of the mind and spirit. Hence the term physical self.